Hello everyone, my name is EdPro, and today I'm going to be showing off the Aoni in Minecraft map. Now, if you've seen Aoni in Minecraft, you may remember that I basically recreated the campaign of Aoni version 6.23 in Minecraft, and that's mostly thanks to the fact that I actually recreated the entire mansion in Minecraft. So I will be showing that recreation with you as we go in directly into the Aoni mansion. So let's get started. So I can't quite remember when I started the build. I think it might have been like sometime last year. I think like mid last year. So let's go in. So this is something that you don't see in the video, is this little room here. This is not part of the original game. This is so that the front of the mansion can stay looking like the actual game. As you can see, it protrudes out from the rest of the mansion. This is just so that this can stay here, and you could just go in, and then the rest of this is stuff that you guys have seen. So here we go. So this is first floor, and if you remember seeing the video, you might remember all these rooms, seeing all these rooms, but we'll go through them just in case those who have not seen the video or just, you know, want to see all the areas. So let's go to the kitchen first. So yeah, the carpet is mostly wool. You know, I could have used carpet, but then you have these couches here, and I feel like that would have looked really ugly. So you have the kitchen table, you have the chairs, you have the fridge, which is just iron blocks, everything on the countertop, the sinks and whatnot, and then you have the broken plate. Now the broken plate is I should probably go into creative for this actually, just so I can explain some of this. So you may be wondering, how did I pull this off? Well, simply put, since I'm using a resource pack for everything, I can modify quite a few textures to get certain tricks to work. And that's what you're going to be seeing throughout the entire map, actually. So, this is a texture trick. I am actually using iron ore, and if I place it like this, you can see that I had it oriented in such a way where the little debris from the plate would be facing towards the back wall there. But you can see that if I were to place it like this, you can see how it would be oriented a little differently all across the board. So there we go. And yeah, so that's the kitchen. Let's go to the library. So the library is very basic. There's not a whole lot going on in the library. You have the chair there, the table, you got all the bookshelves, and yes, these bookshelves have been properly organized to be exactly like 6.23. So practically all the rooms here. So, fun fact, I have translated every version of Aoni to exist into English, and that's just because I felt that all the previous English translations that we've had have been very inconsistent because they've all been done by different people and whatnot. So I actually used the Aoni project file in RPG Maker to essentially get the rooms, just to look at the rooms, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty much one-to-one with 6.23. So, yeah, there you go. So everything in this map is straight up me counting each individual square in RPG Maker and placing down a block, if it was possible. So this is about as game accurate as you can get with an Aoni Minecraft map. So, left hallway here we have our bathrooms. we have the screen door bathroom, which is what I call it. Now, in the video, obviously, I had to do some video magic, movie magic, just to make a silhouette appear across the door there. But I probably could have gone ahead and actually had a door that you could see through and play some tricks there, but nah, I didn't really feel like it. So in the bathtub here, there is a chest, and yeah, you would have gotten the Phillips head screwdriver there. We have this other bathroom, and there's the toilet. There we go. So now, I won't go into this area yet. I'll save that for last. Let's go to second floor. And the map here. So this is actually not a block. You can see, if you're very familiar with Minecraft, this is a painting. A lot of things in this map you will see actually require paintings to exist in order to be possible. And you'll see a lot of areas where I use paintings to get away with certain visual tricks. So here is Takeshi's room, or the one closet room on the second floor. And yeah, the closet, basically this system, it's pretty much just a piston type system. It uses, I don't know what redstone people would call it, but I call it inverse redstone, where you have a redstone torch behind the pistons, and then you have redstone underneath the pressure plates going up towards the redstone torch, but not exactly touching it. And actually, I can go into Spectator to show off this trick. So, as you can see, the pressure plate activates this redstone. It goes all the way up, and you can't see it, but there is a redstone torch here. It's just invisible due to the resource pack, but it goes up to this block, and it essentially just deactivates the pistons. So, if you're a beginner in redstone and you're trying to figure out how to do that kind of door, now you know. That is one of many ways to do that door. Some redstone people would probably look at that and be like, oh my goodness, like, why are you so elaborate? Why are you so complicated with that setup? And I'm just like, that's the only way I know how to do it. Here's the kid's bedroom. Not a whole lot going on here. This is where Mika would be. And in the video, I know in the original game there's a chair that you're supposed to be able to push in order to get to this bookshelf here, but you know, in Minecraft, that's at least for me anyway, that's a bit complicated to do. So I just had the chair just placed here so I could just grab the item. Anyways, the piano room. Now, the piano, yeah, I will admit, if I had better materials, maybe there are, maybe if I had better materials when starting off the build, this would look not super jank, but it's the best that I could do at the time. But yeah, so that's the piano, and the safe here, another texture trick. I don't know why I went back into adventure. Okay. This is a dispenser, and as you can see, if I place it normally, the entire texture of the dispenser has not been modified. The only thing that has been changed is the front of the dispenser, which is the only thing that you see in the video. So, I only change textures if I absolutely need to. So, we go up to the third floor. Here is the bedroom. Again, not a whole lot going on here. And I know in the original game there's like a differently colored floor to indicate that you're supposed to push the bed, and even then in the original game you're supposed to push the bed over in order to, you know, get down to the piano room. But again, kind of complicated for me to do in Minecraft, so I didn't do it. But yeah, the whole wood situation, at the time, Minecraft didn't have a whole lot of wood types. that I could work with, and some of the wood types that they did add in, I was already using in other areas, so I couldn't exactly go ahead and just modify another type of wood to get that done. I could have probably modified another block to get that done, but whatever. Here's the attic. Now, this is not super duper game accurate, this attic, because in the original game, that door there is actually one block over to the left, and in this, it's just straightforward, but I feel like this is comfortable. This is a nice, comfortable layout for this attic. Anyways, the closet here works exactly the same. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. The door here, yeah, in the video you might have seen that I pressed a button in order to get the doorknob. Yeah, I couldn't really think of a feasible way to go ahead and do the whole doorknob sequence, at the time, but probably now I might have a different way to do that. Anyways. So we've explored the entire main foyer area, so let us go down to this area. So you got the basement there, not gonna go there yet, obviously, but as you can see, the Japanese-styled room is actually behind this. So this is the Japanese-styled room, or the tatami mat room. So here's the deal about this whole thing. So the library is actually just beyond that wall there. Architecturally, this mansion doesn't quite work unless you were to do something like this. Now, you can see that this is a custom, very custom texture actually. This is not in the original Aoni. And it's a neat little trick that I do to make sure that the floor is the same orientation if you walk this way, or you know, close enough to the same orientation. So for this, I used warped planks, and if I place it like this, you can see it creates a little interesting effect. Yet again, just like the plate shard from earlier, and a bunch of other blocks. Yeah, this... it's a pretty interesting way to go about having the floor stay relatively the same throughout this whole area. And yeah, so let us go here. The Japanese-styled room actually doesn't have a whole lot going for it. I made small modifications for the video so that there would be an item in there. And the wall that was covering this, the wallpaper that was covering this, was two paintings stacked on top of each other, as you could have probably guessed. And the doorknob being missing on the door is actually a visual edit trick. Again, I think, maybe I was supposed to go back and edit the doorknob being off the door on the 3rd floor, but I just forgot to do that kind of thing for the video, so that's my bad. But anyways, here's the storeroom, and here's the candle. Now, thing about Minecraft candles is, even though you can light them and they give a little bit of light, they don't exactly light the whole room like in actual Aoni, so unfortunately it still kind of stays a little bit dark, but I feel like that adds to the effect of, to the atmosphere of the room. So, here is the classic cage scene. Classic Aoni cage scene. In the video, couldn't exactly have the Aoni, you know, put his hands on the bars by myself. So I just made it a funny bit and just had him just stare at Hiroshi and then just leave. So, the cage works kind of like the closet, except this one doesn't use piston. It doesn't use inverse redstone. It just uses regular redstone. So there we go. So that's the entire main foyer covered. Let us go down to the basement. So as I said about the different wood types, I could have used a different block for the third floor bedroom to have the differently colored floor underneath the bed. And in this instance, I used andesite for the flooring. Mostly because I kind of already used all the different wood types in other places, so I used andesite here. Another safe, again, another dispenser. And again, a chair that you should be able to move in the original game, but again, Minecraft, you can't really do that. So, here is where you get the flathead bit, the flathead screwdriver bit. And here is this room, the Mika closet, where Mika Oni just pops out of that closet. And then here is the basement cell. Now, I was pretty happy with this. So, basement cell just opens up like that. So, as you could probably tell, as you could maybe guess, this entire thing is a painting. And I made it specifically so that you could actually look through the bars and you can kind of see the numbers. If I turn off my HUD here, you can actually see there's 5, 3, 7, and 6. Just like in the video. So. Anyways, that is pretty much the basement. It's very, very short, the basement, but now we're on to the stuff you guys have actually never seen in the video. Welcome to the annex. So, the annex has quite a lot going into it, so let's try to tackle this one at a time, actually. So, here is the room where you talk to Takeshi, and he runs away, and the bust that you push off the stairs to get the blue stone. Closet works exactly the same. A lot of people forget that this closet is actually here. But yeah. Let us actually... I won't go into that hallway yet. I'll save that for the end of the annex. But if we go second floor, here's the light bulb room. The famous light bulb room. So, if you're playing Aoni version 6.23, there's actually a really interesting bug you can do with this room. And it has to do with this room here, the fireplace room. So, here, or the fireplace room, this is the dining hall. And another bust, I guess. So, the fireplace there, dining table, chairs, and whatnot. So the bug in question is if you enter this room, and I don't know why I made the dining table like this, you can actually walk here. You're supposed to be able to walk here, but whatever. So, there's a scene where the Aoni pops out of the fireplace, and he gives you a chase. And what you can do, actually, is, if you're lucky enough, depending on where you stand in this room, and when you go to exit, you can actually get the Aoni stuck in the light bulb room. Now, the thing is that it does depend on where you're standing. So if you're standing, like, right here, like at the edge of the dining table, then the Aoni will go into the light bulb room and then continuously look down. He'll just be looking that way the entire time, and he won't move. But if you were to get in the middle of the table, like this, and go into the light bulb room, and you have to be extremely lucky, by the way, because it depends on how the Aoni moves in this room. So if you get to the middle of the table, you go into the light bulb room, and I would advise you walk down afterwards, because what the Aoni will do is it will go into the door and run all the way to the other side of the room and never stop moving, and he will get stuck. This effectively means you can cheese the Ao Oni to get stuck so that you can waste time to end the chase early. Anyways, so now the third floor. I couldn't put lightning here, obviously, because Minecraft, and also I don't want to cause anyone any eye stress or anything like that, so, again, a box that you're supposed to be able to push, but you can't really do that in Minecraft, so, this is where you get the lighter fluid, and also where you get the hint for the 3-digit code on the first floor. And speaking of the first floor, let's do that real quick. Also, it's raining now. That is actually intentional. So, let us go down to the first floor. Oh, I haven't actually explored this hallway yet. Let's do that. So, we have this room with nothing in it, of course, and a stairwell that goes down. So this is the annex basement. And as you can see, it's very, very dark. So let's turn on the circuit breaker. So the circuit breaker is right here. There we go. And it actually does light up the entire area, which I'm very happy about. So this is circuit breaker. This is where you get the picture book. And here's the bathtub area. This is where you get the red key. And it also, if you push the bathtub this way, then you'll be able to access down here. This is the disc puzzle. You use an item called a disc, and it has a tri-colored pattern on it. And you use the disc to help you solve the puzzle by pushing these buttons in a specific order. So there we go. Let me see. Yeah, you got beds there, you got a couch, you got a table there. Again, a lot of these rooms don't really have much going for them in terms of interior design, but in terms of gameplay, there's quite a bit in the original game anyway. Here, it's mostly just an exploration map, which I always love. I love exploration maps. Anyways, so here we are. So here is this puzzle. This is where you have to use the bookmark on this panel here in order to see a code in this order: red, green, white, and blue. And this is another one where I used a visual trick. This is actually an observer. Here I didn't really have to change all the textures, but actually I did have to change the textures. And there's a very specific reason for that. So, the safe I didn't really have to change all the textures. The observer I did, because if I go here, you could see that you can see the side of the observer right there. So there we go. And now we get to these areas. Here is the room where you have to hide in the closet from Mika Oni and Takeshi Oni. Closet works exactly the same. I haven't put anything for making the carpet, for having the player be able to reel back the carpet to get the disc. So this is just kind of, you know, just the thing. So let's go to this room. This is the Takuro closet room. You find Takuro in this closet, and he gives you some cooking material that you can use. Your red key gives you the iron gate key, which is all the way back there. And now we have another classic Ao Oni area, the cave. And if I go here, it's raining. But yeah. So, we can't escape from there. So let's try going back up to the first floor again. Now we're getting out of the annex. And also, yeah, there is nothing on the other end of that hall. As far as I know, there is nothing on the other side. So let's go to the doll room, shall we? So the doll rooms... So we got armor stands here. Oh, I guess I didn't... Oh well. I did make some modifications to this map a while back, but I guess I haven't quite downloaded my modifications. I did it on a multiplayer server. I added doll heads to these armor stands and a light bulb on one of them on the other doll room, but I guess I haven't quite got that version of the map yet. So anyways, here's the impossible puzzle, and you can't really do much with it. It's another painting, but the other doll room. Again, not really much going on with this one, but it's here. So let's go outside. Lovely, lovely rain. And yes, the rain sound effect has been changed to the RPG Maker rain that is used in Aoni. So, welcome to the old building, or the abandoned building. So, let's get to it. So, here we have the dice room. This is where you input the dice into this frame here. And you can see a combination. Here is the closet room. Closet works exactly the same. And a lot of people, again, a lot of people forget that this room actually exists. It's pretty useful for one chase. Here is the church. There is buttons on the pews. And there's a staircase there, but I won't be going down there yet. And there's also a hole here with a ladder. Again, won't be going down there yet. Let us go upstairs. So up here we have the room where the Ao-Oni pops up from the floor into the dice room. Not much going on with this room except for, yeah, we have the frame where you get one of the blue pieces. Next up, we have the study. This is where you get to meet Fuwadi, Fluffy, or Blockman. Yeah, pretty memorable chase, I feel like. Anyways, here is the 4 screw holes. You have to use the screwdriver. And this, unfortunately, architecturally, it doesn't quite work out like you'd think. This doesn't quite go to the frame of the blue piece. But yeah, these 4 screw holes is pretty much exactly just you unscrew them and then it loosens the frame on the other side with the blue piece so you could get it. But here it doesn't quite work out. Here's the safe. This is where you get the old building basement key. And this one is actually a dropper because it's a different wall than the rest of the area. Now, the wall. How did I do the wall? So the wall is actually a series of different blocks. It is emerald ore, then it's block of emerald, then it's endstone bricks. And as you can see, it is 3 different kinds of blocks. So, you will see that I use this technique yet again in the underground areas, which we will get to in a moment. Next is this room. If you're a very expert Ao-Oni player, you actually don't really see this room often. But as you can see, I used another painting. Yeah, the screw holes were also a painting, I forgot to mention. But you can kind of tell that it's a painting based on the lighting. But anyways, you have these scribbles, it cuts off, you reveal a door here. And this is where you get the die, or the dice. Now, I could have made a version of this room where it's all blue, like in the original game, but that's a bit complicated to do. I didn't feel like going through the effort of doing that, so You just have the regular version that is here, and the closet works exactly the same. So now with all of that, let us go into the underground portions of the old building. So we'll enter through the church. And as you can see, it's like the original game. You go downstairs through here. And now you're in this room. Now, in the original game, there's decorations on the wall here. Again, didn't really feel like doing that. Plus, I already used up all my paintings. And even using paintings here, it would have looked very weird. Again, I probably could have used multiple blocks to pull off the decorations on the wall, but I didn't feel like it. So, anyways. We have the beds room, and I couldn't figure out a way to feasibly have these shapes on the curtains here. These are banners, and banners you can put different designs on them, etc., but I couldn't really figure out a way to have the actual shapes that are supposed to be on these beds, on the banners, but on the beds, no, on the curtains. This is where you get the rope ladder, by the way. Which, speaking of the rope ladder, let's go into that room. So here, in the original game, you're supposed to put a rope ladder here to get this blue piece. This blue piece, when you pick it up, it actually locks this door there, and you can't open it. So you place the rope ladder, get the blue piece, then you use the rope ladder to get back out. Pretty good, pretty cool. And let us go to this area. This is essentially the dungeon of the old building. You see some cells here. And finally, this is the Ao-Oni Zoo room. And yes, that is what it's called in the game files. It's called the Zoo room, because you have multiple different types of Ao-Oni in here, so it's a zoo. And here you can see I used the same technique. It's different blocks now. You got gold ore, coal ore, and block of diamond. So if you were to play this map without the resource pack, this might look very weird. But yeah. And again, we have another frame where the blue piece would be. And let us go ahead and get out of here. Another candle, by the way. I forgot to mention, like, candles are scattered about here and there in the map. But anyways, now we get to the final area. So this is where you would put all the blue pieces, and then that door over there opens. And then we just walk up, and we get out of here. And then it changes back to daytime. We can get an overhead look at what the whole thing looks like. You can see the, this area is... I didn't plant trees and grow them or anything like that. I think these were handmade trees that I placed down. So I got logs and I just placed them like this. And yeah, I mean... That's pretty much all I have to say about that. So let us look at the whole map from the outside. From the outside it looks very, very small. It doesn't look quite so big, but on the inside there is actually quite a bit going on. Oh, and if you're wondering about the other escape hole, this thing, the cave, yeah, it just leads up to this. So if you were to see more of the bottom of the map here going down, you could potentially see the well, or the hole that you would have come out of. But anyways, that is the entire Ao-Oni Mansion version 6.23 in Minecraft. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. thank you guys for watching, and bye.